Hello there, Nate Jackson, person of internet world and land and things and all that wonderfulness here. Hot off the heels of what might have been the absolute worst Lifetime movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And I actually just recently saw one that I deemed the worst, and it was mostly because of the plot. I didn't like the plot at all. But this one just takes the cake. The one I'm referring to is one that actually just recently got issued. In fact, I have it paused now. Let me see if I can. It says when it first aired. Doesn't say, just says 2016. Alright. Oh. And I was like watching this, about a quarter of the way through, even eighth of the way through, I was like, I'm gonna end up making a video blog about this. And so here I am trying to now I'm not gonna first of all, the movie's called Breakup Nightmare, and I guess this is 2016, and it was produced just recently, and it's about this girl whose boyfriend pressures her into taking nude photos for him, and her photos end up getting, after they break up, her photos end up getting onto a revenge porn website, and her mom steps in and tries to save her and get the photos taken down and all that stuff. So it's kind of like it's one of those movies plots that seems legit, but from the very first second, you're in for something a little different. What is noteworthy about this particular movie, and I don't think I've seen another one like it on here, at least produced by this company. This movie is produced by The Asylum. And for those of you who don't know, The Asylum are a movie group who produce knockoffs of popular movies. For instance, if you've heard of Transformers, you'll love Transmorphers. Or, I could pull up their list. In fact, I'm about to do that. I wonder if it's on here. I'll pull up The Asylum here, just to give you a general idea of how bad they are. Let's see, The Asylum, because they've done a lot of knockoffs and just, but the majority of what they do, they're actually producing a show on Sci-Fi right now called Z Nation, and yeah, so let's see here. I Am Legend is I Am Omega. Let's see. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull turns into Alan Quatermain and the Temple of Skulls. Let's see. High School Musical 3 Senior Year turns into Sunday School Musical. The Day the Earth Stood Still turned into the Day the Earth Stopped. Let's see. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen turns into Transmorphers Fall of Man. Paranormal Activity turned into Paranormal Entity. Thor turned into Almighty Thor. 11 turned into 11, but the original 11 used hyphens, and their remake used slashes. The Three Musketeers turned into the Three Musketeers, but with the number 3. Battle Los Angeles turned into Battle of Los Angeles. The Amityville Horror turns into the Amityville Haunting. You get the general idea. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter turns into Abraham Lincoln versus zombies. So, anyway, so yeah, but the majority of most people currently know them for the Sharknado series, and that's how I know them. I have not seen any of the knockoffs or anything like that. I'm still looking through the lists here. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, and it looks like, I guess, Z Nation is supposed to be a ripoff of Walking Dead, which makes sense. Seems kind of legit. It's apparently there's a third season. It's got renewed for a third season. That's kind of weird. Oh gosh, that's so sad. Anyway, but yeah, so when I saw The Asylum, I was like, oh no. Now I know it's going to be bad. Now I know I'm going to be sitting and speaking to you guys. So, let's see. What I'm going to do is, I'm just finished watching it. I'm going to rewind back to the beginning and just slowly skim through this here. And just try to summarize. So, I don't really need to review this, because all I can just tell you is it's made by The Asylum, so it's bad. It's very, just like it's, so this, her and the boyfriend Troy are making out, and he wants to take photos of her and all that. And I'm watching here, and let me speed up a little. So it starts off with the bra, and then he says, "Oh, take it off," and all that. And so they take the photos, and so later on they break up, and so he ends up, she ends up and finds out that her pictures are on a revenge site, and her mom is the ugliest son of a punk, and her boss is like this, wisecracking Asian chick, and your best friend Ryan is there, works with her at this diner, and he's always telling jokes and things like that. And what was the joke? What was the bad joke? Oh, you hear the ones? Did you hear the one about the guys who stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. Boom. Yeah. So anyway, so he's crazy. So these guys come in and start harassing her, and Ryan throws them out, and he finds out that her photo's on this website called Life Ruiners. And as soon as she finds out, she goes up to the bathroom to throw up, which is a little, I don't know. I thought it was a strange reaction. But yeah, so her mom comes home. Mom comes home and finds out that these photos of her daughter are up on on the internets, and they go out trying to find the guy. They try to talk to the police. But here's where the movie falls into this weird plot problem, which I don't know what they were thinking, because the daughter is 19, which means she's an adult, and the fact is that she took the photos, obviously, as their argument is that because they can't do anything, the police can't do anything because she's an adult, and she took the photos were taken with her consent. They say, oh, he's just being a jerk, which I guess which is what he Troy was, if he was the one who uploaded the photos, which it looks like he was at the beginning, and so they're going and they try to talk to the mom, or they try to talk to Troy, but they say he's gone off to college, which he hasn't. He's just hiding out at the house, and the mom doesn't know anything about it. And so, let's see, I'm trying to think here. I'm fast forwarding through here, but yeah. So anyway, so that was when it kind of just fell apart for me, because it's like every other Lifetime movie I've seen. It's always minors. They're always dealing with minors. It's always 26, 25-year-old girls playing 17, 16-year-olds, Unless it's like, unless they're ones that actually deal with college kids. There are a couple. But they play like barely legal 18s, But here's a girl who's 19, and they probably did that so that they, so that they could make a story like this. And oh yeah, there's a scene. Oh yeah, so her ex-husband, the father, comes back into the picture, and they're arguing outside. And so the girl goes on, whose name I can't remember the girl's name either. She goes up and she picks up a vase. She goes on the website and reads all the comments, and she starts smashing there's this dramatic scene where she smashes the laptop to bits, as if that's gonna stop it. And it's just, that's the thing about these movies, is that, the Asylum are very good at coming up with a formulaic plot, and like trying to like tie up different aspects and like throw you curveballs. At the same time, the predictability shows up like that. Now, when I saw the Sharknado movies, obviously I didn't know what they were about. But first of all, I've seen my Lifetime movies, and so for the Asylum to try and make a Lifetime movie that would keep you in suspense till the very end doesn't work. So they go to church, and the organist is playing some random ass song. And that's another aspect of this movie that is really stupid. The daughter, whose name I seriously can't remember, the girl whose name, the star, the 19-year-old woman, the 19-year-old woman who has the photos up. She's supposed to be a flute player going into college, and she's supposed to be this amazing flute player. And obviously she is one of the cute, and obviously it's just a synthesizer. They show her playing, but she's just, and then like she doesn't even like try to like mime it well, Her fingers, like, they purposely, I don't even know if they purposely mean to show shots of the girl miming and all that. Oh, and they forgot to, okay, I'm watching this, and I forgot, so they also figured out, because her teacher, like, is a creeper and sees her photos and tries to touch her in the movie theater, and so anyway, so I'm watching now, and they're back in church, and the preacher starts talking about lust, and, like, how we should all, like, deviate away from lust, and then the old woman, like, starts giving her a lesson. You need to find church. You need to find Jesus. I mean, I use a black voice, which is this old, wrinkly white woman, And yeah, oh yeah, that made me laugh too. There's a commercial for, like, lingerie, like, right after it goes to commercials. Soma, size 32 to 40. And that just makes me laugh so much. They show, like, these lingerie commercials right after they come out of a movie about racy photos on the internet, it's just it's so fucking hilarious. Anyway, so this movie's just I just needed to, I'm just trying to, like, summarize this. Same time, just and of course she's got a lawyer partner friend who's who's kind of a wisecracker, and really, we're gonna take care of you, and then they go talk to Troy, and Troy's, like, all defensive and saying he didn't upload them. And anyway, so there's another guy. Oh, and yeah, they never explain this guy. Oh, here's another scene. See, I'm gonna transcribe this. This bothered me too. Piano.
Classical. Yeah, I have to show you this one.
So there's a guy in the house, and snooping around, and we don't know who he is, and
that they take, like, one song and then another song, and they take the two songs and make it into one, but it's only, like, the lyrics from one song.
They take it into two songs. It's like the thing where they take two songs and they put one song on another song, and then it's like, it's just the lyrics from one song, and then you put in the music on another. It's like, it's a fucking mashup. Say goddamn mashup. I should know. Anyway, so they're looking. So the guy actually drops a picture frame, and so they're running around, and let's see. And so Ryan's around there, and blah 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 blah. And so they're in the house, and Ryan's with the girl, and so so Ryan, so the girl calls the woman calls the website and tries to demand that her photos get taken down, and apparently they can get taken down for a $2,000 fee, which of course is supposed to be a fine. And so right after she calls her, they get an update. Eugen update. This bitch says she and her bitch mother are going to ruin me. Let them know what you think. Rachel Light. Rachel, that's her name. Rachel. Rachel and her mom. Yeah, so Rachel, calls the site, and so now the website's threatening her and all that, and so they're calling her and blah blah blah, and so anyway, so they go upstairs, and this guy's in the house, and he breaks in, and he grabs Rachel and puts a hand over her eye and spray paints her eyes, pulls out a spray can and spray paints her eyes black. And that just, like, I was like, okay, I'm over this. I've stopped believing in this movie. If that's your best defense, to spray paint somebody's eyes shut, and then you're like, Oh, I hate that commercial. Because it's just annoying. Anyway, so the guy gets away, but the mother catches up with him and knocks him out. He gets arrested. Oh no, the teacher. I think the teacher knocks her out. So anyway, so they go out. So the guy gets arrested, but the girl gets sent. Rachel, I know her name now. Rachel gets sent off to the hospital with bandage over her eyes. And the father comes back into the picture. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was never there for you. Oh my God, But now that you're blind, I see the truth." Oh, sorry, honey, I'm making a bad puns at 1:38 in the morning. And then suddenly out of nowhere, she takes the blind off and she can see all right, and it's not like nothing that. So anyway, so the mother gets, she's a preschool teacher, kindergarten teacher, and she ends up getting put on leave because of the pictures and all that. And so, and that's because there's a photo of her going around, of her face being photoshopped on a guy having sex. And I'm not going to say how or where, but I know where that photo is from. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the people in the photo, but I've seen that photo, like the real photo of it, and I've seen the actual person, the actual woman that the guys is, and so it's. I mean, you can tell it's Photoshop, obviously. But yeah. So anyway, so that's just crazy, and so anyway, so the father, the ex-husband's like feeling sorry, and he's like, oh, he's gonna get back the picture now. Oh my gosh. What else? What happens next? So did we get to the child porn charges? Because yeah, there's child porn coming up in a second here. And yeah, so Troy gets arrested because he is found with child porn on his website, with male child porn. And then the mother's assistant is killed by the van that tried to attack Rachel and her mother early in the movie, and so Rachel looks at the photos and realizes that they're photoshopped and tries to get Troy off the hook, and Ryan doesn't want her to go over there, and obviously by this point you're figuring it out. So they go over to his house. And Ryan, it gets stopped by the news, and so he has to hassle with them, and so he tries to get in. So Rachel tries to get in by climbing up on top of his roof, looking in the window. The mom comes out, and she finds out that Troy has overdosed on drugs, or has taken a bunch of sleeping pills, and so they run in the house. They try to save him, and they get sent off to the hospital, and they hope he's going to be okay. And Ryan at the same time is by this point is kind of like showing his true colors, and obviously by this point you should know Ryan did it. The guy who runs the website gets arrested, is arrested. And at the same time, at the time of his arrest, he's shown to be broadcasting a private camera in the mom's room, and she's like, obviously, of course, in lingerie. She's getting dressed and she's talking to somebody on the phone, and so he's like, "Oh, look at this, guys! You go look at this girl," and so they try to talk to her and all that, and so they're like, "Oh, the website's being shut down and all that," and so anyway, so I'm trying to think of what happens next. What's the next point? I'm fast forwarding through credits here, through commercials here. And does she get kidnapped? No. Wait. So the police give her a ride back, and oh yeah, she had the word whores written on her. Oh wait a minute, the teacher. Okay.
Because this is supposed to be a happy occasion, and Nadine said she would call if there was any news, so it's fine.
Rachel, I never got a chance to say I'm sorry for being so at the movie theater.
Also, the teacher apologizes.
I'm totally embarrassed.
It's all good, Mr. Wright.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. You can look at those photos all you want. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Not the website's down. Oh yeah, so she calls. That's it. Yeah, she calls her boss, and she's like, yeah. Oh, well, Ryan quit, and then you quit apparently because I ain't seen either of you. And so she runs into Ryan, and Ryan gags her, throws her in the van, and the mom chases after the van, and doesn't realize it's Ryan, and so he breaks in. So they break into the hideout, and then he, obviously she's gagged and all that, and so they break in, they knocks her out, and blah blah blah. And so he, reveals, I'm just the friend. I've had such strong feelings for you, but I couldn't hold it, couldn't keep it in my pants any longer, blah blah blah. So anyway, so the mom breaks free though and knocks him out, and he gets arrested, and it's all over until the end when they both get a text her while she's doing this really crazy virtuoso, which I'm gonna showcase right now. I'm gonna show this right now. I wasn't gonna show you guys any of this, but there's this huge tearful reunion where she gets back into the thing. Oh, here we go. Oh, and of course she gets accepted by some college, KMU. I don't know what the hell, Kentucky Missouri University or something like that. Okay, wait. You have to hear this. You have to hear this. Okay, let's go back. Oh yeah, and of course she goes back to church. She's become a church-going teacher and blah blah blah. Okay, so let's get. Oh, she's okay. Oh no, never mind. She's okay. She just got a hit of her arm. I didn't think about that. Oh, here you go. Look at this. Watch. Oh, the pain. Oh, and here's the final text. There you go. There's the final end. It'll never end, bitch, with love, Ashton. Sent to her and him. But who the hell's behind it? We'll never know, because there'll never be a breakup nightmare 2. No. So anyway. That's just... I had to tell you guys about this horrible movie. Like I said, and obviously I may be revealing my colors by, not revealing my colors, but what's the term? Like, I may not be, the best credible person because I enjoy watching certain, Lifetime movies, because they're just so bad, they're so good they're bad, or they're so bad they're good, But this one's just bad because it had no chance of being good because it was produced by the Asylum, and so my option was to either dump out now. And it sounded interesting, and I thought, and see, here's the thing, because there was a movie that came out just recently, or a little while back, about this girl who is like abused or something, and so the mother goes apeshit crazy and ends up kidnapping her neighbor's son, who like is supposed to be the creepy guy, and like who's like the supposed to be the like the main culprit. And so she ends up kidnapping him and keeping him in a cage or something like that. Because I think she got kidnapped or something. And so he's like this little boy. He's like this 17-year-old kid who gets kidnapped by the mother and like treats him like shit and all that. And I thought it was gonna be like that, from the artwork and name Break Up Nightmare. And I thought, and she says, and the description says, a woman confronts the administrator of a revenge website after nude photos of her daughter appear online. And I thought, okay, so she goes straight to the administrator and like wreaks havoc. This is a mom gone to hell. But no, the mom doesn't do shit really, in all honesty, in this movie. Except for look really ugly and really Botoxy. So anyway, so yeah, that's my little impromptu review of a really shitty Lifetime movie produced by a really shitty movie company. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you have any comments, comment below, and maybe someday I'll review a good one, because there are some good ones. There are some ones I love to hate, or I hate to love, And anyway, so I'll wrap it up because it's the middle of the night and I just felt like watching it, and I may move on to the next one I have on the list, one called Pretty Little Addict, which I hope is not produced by the Asylum, because otherwise you may see me later on tonight. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and don't watch. Let's see. Don't watch Break Up Nightmare. You've got better, or watch Break Up Nightmare if you want to see the worst Lifetime movie ever. And if you're and Jill O'Rourke, if you're watching this, I think you need to get on this. Although I don't even think Jill O'Rourke could even write a decent review for this piece of shit. Oh, jeez. And that's one of the reasons why I like these Lifetime movies, is because Jill O'Rourke writes really hilarious reviews of them on her Crushable website. Yeah. By the way, I'm straight. Just as a friendly reminder, I'm straight. I'm living proof that you can be straight and you can like Lifetime movies. So, how about that? Am I looking good, ladies? Am I looking good? We could Lifetime and chill. Yes, we could. Ooh wee baby. Anyway, don't watch Break Up Nightmare, Pretty Little Addict, whatever. Don't watch it because it sucks. You could watch good Lifetime movies. And until then, or until the next crappy Lifetime movie, the next crappy Lifetime Asylum movie, which hopefully will never happen ever again. Goodbye.